So it's time for Major League Baseball playoffs once again. I'm here to make my predictions on just the 2014 AL Wildcard game and the 2014 NL Wildcard game. So first things first, the AL Wildcard. We got Oakland versus Kansas City. The game's being played in Kansas City. Two pretty evenly matched teams going into the end of the year. Oakland did have the edge over them, I'd say, at the beginning of the year, but towards the end here, I'd say they're pretty evenly matched. The thing is with Oakland is they're built to win right now. They got rid of Cespedes, their cleanup guy, in the middle of a pennant race. Went out and got themselves some pitchers, and John Lester and Jeff Samardzija. I think they're built to win right now, especially with the rotations they have. That rotation's pretty solid right now with Samardzija, Kazmir, Lester. So I think they're pretty built to win right now. And then you look at Kansas City, they're not really built to win right now. They kind of came out of nowhere this year and went on that really hot win streak. We're the hottest team in baseball, what everyone was talking about for a long time. And they came out of nowhere. They're also last in the league in walks and home runs. They're the first team to ever make the playoffs, last in those categories. And then also they have the city behind them. I think it means more to the city of Kansas City more than anything. And so with that being said, I'm going to give my offensive edge not really to anybody. I think they're pretty dead even. Both offenses have kind of cooled down a little bit lately, especially Oakland. They were on that hot streak and then they cooled down, being one of the favorites to win the World Series, a couple months into the season. So I'm going to give that even. Defense, I think Kansas City takes the defense. I just think Oakland's just really been struggling, so that's why I'm going to give my edge to the Kansas City Royals for defense. And then pitching has to go to the Athletics. Oakland's got, like I said, John Lester and Samardzija and Kazmir, and I just think those pitchers down the stretch will do a lot better in the playoffs than Kansas City. Even though they have Shields, he's a great pitcher. I think, the rotation for the A's is just a little bit stronger, and pitching's very important, especially in the playoffs. If your pitcher's not doing well, your team's not going to do well. Obviously, in the rest of the season, that's the same thing as well. But my pick tonight, I'm going to say Kansas City wins. They're at home. This city's behind them. It means a lot to them. They haven't made the playoffs in 29 years. I think it's going to last longer than just one night in the playoffs. I think they're going to win tonight. I really like the Royals this year. I don't see them getting much farther than the wild card game this year, but I think they can definitely beat Oakland, who's really struggling right now. All right, to the NL wild card game, we got San Fran Giants versus the Pittsburgh Pirates. I look at San Francisco, very solid pitching rotation coming into this year. They're still pretty solid. They got Madison Bumgarner and Tim Hudson. Yusmeiro Petit just took the starting job from Lincecum. He's back in the bullpen now. I think that rotation it's built to win as well. They've kind of cooled off a little bit. Tim Hudson has definitely cooled off, and Vogelsong has not really been there this year. That struggling rotation is just that has a huge impact on who's gonna go far in the playoffs. And so I think with the rotation struggles and also their offensive struggles have really taken a hit on them. They had the best record in baseball for a long time, and they're just starting to cool off. They went on a really long losing streak, and they never really came back from that. I just think the offense isn't really clicking right now. You still have some guys that can do good things like Hunter Pence, Pablo Sandoval, Buster Posey, some young guys in Panic and Susac behind the plate there. I think they're bringing a lot to this Giants team, who is kind of hurt by injuries right now. Their spark plugs, so to speak. Angel Pagan's out for the season with he's season-ending injury. He's going to have back surgery, so that's going to end his season. But I just think the offense is struggling right now. The rotation is struggling. They're definitely cooling off, but they do have a good fan base. I think if they make it past this wild card game, they'll do pretty good. Other than the fact that they'll be playing a very good team next round. I think those fans bring a lot to the table for San Francisco. So looking over now at Pittsburgh, Volquez is going to be starting the game tomorrow night. The game is in Pittsburgh against San Francisco. Their fans are insane. I'd say maybe they have a little bit more of an edge in Pittsburgh when it comes to the postseason with those fans. They're crazy. Those fans are very passionate, very loud. It's going to be almost like a football stadium. Pittsburgh's crazy about their athletics. So I think they're really going to bring it tonight. Their pitching, they're doing pretty good. Their pitching lately they've been all right. That's why they got Volquez starting tonight. He's been on fire, and their offense has just been on fire as well. They're getting hot late, and it shows. In the past, a team that gets hot late does really good in the playoffs. Back in 2012, the Giants got really hot really late, and they ended up winning the World Series. So I can see something like that maybe happening with Pittsburgh. Their defense has struggled a little bit this year. I don't see it being a huge issue though. Right now, Josh Harrison, he kind of has his struggles at third base. Something he's got to work on. But I like Pittsburgh. They're a good team. If they make it past this wild card game, it's gonna be a long stretch. They still got to go through, the Nationals and then the Dodgers, and it's gonna be a tough stretch. They're gonna have to beat those teams to even make it to the World Series. So offensively, I give the edge to Pittsburgh. Like I said, they're just hot right now. San Francisco offensively is not hot right now. Some people that are supposed to be making plays like Posey and Sandoval and Pence are not really making plays right now. Their young guys have been picking up a lot of the slack over there in San Francisco, and I just don't think that's enough to carry you to the World Series championship. So, but however, defensively, I think I'm going to give the edge to San Francisco. They have, like I said, great young guys. Former MVP with Buster Posey behind the plate, very good catcher. Their backup, Susak, he's young, he's really good too. Their outfield's really good, even with the absence of Angel Pagan. I still think Hunter Pence and Crawford and even Michael Morse defensively bring some pretty good stuff to the table for San Francisco. So defensively, I give my edge to San Francisco. And then pitching, I think it's pretty even on paper, but I think based on how hot Pittsburgh's doing right now, I'm going to give the edge to Pittsburgh tonight for pitching. I think that their pitching's just a little bit better. Like I said, everyone's cooled off kind of in San Francisco, and it's just kind of unfortunate. So I'm going to give my pitching edge to Pittsburgh, and then also my pick tonight, it's going to have to be Pittsburgh. They're at home. Like I said, those fans are crazy. They're hot right now. San Francisco is not. And that's really important right now. 162 games leading up to one game. It's really important. If you don't win this game, you don't get to go on to try to race for that pennant and then possibly World Series championship. So I'm going to give my edge to Pittsburgh tonight, especially since they're at home. That's going to be very, very important. Even though Bumgarner's going to be pitching for the Giants, he's very good. I still think Pittsburgh's going to come out on top in this game tonight. And I could be wrong. The exact opposite of what I've said could happen tonight. You never know. That's what's the beauty of baseball. I love the game. I'm telling you all this based on very unbiased opinions. My favorite team's the D-backs, and we all know how their season went this year. I'm completely unbiased. I'm just a fan of baseball. I love baseball. I'm very passionate about it. And I've just been watching all year, and this is just based on my knowledge of this year's teams. This is how I kind of feel about the in AL Wildcard games. So we're gonna see what goes on tonight. You never know what's gonna happen. That's the beauty of this game, and I can only hope for the best for all four teams playing tonight and tomorrow night. I wish them the best of luck, to them and their organization, their fan base, their coaching, and their players. Just good luck to all four of you guys, and I hope that one of them can maybe go ahead and make it far. It's always nice to see a wild card team make it far in the playoffs. So with that being said, let's watch those games tonight and tomorrow night. Let's see what happens.